Today, we're diving into creepy ways evolution still controls your body because nothing's more unsettling than realizing your fancy modern brain is still attached to a glitchy meat suit designed for dodging lions and surviving in caves. Let's count down the weird leftovers evolution forgot to uninstall. Number 1. Goosebumps, your body's useless horror movie reaction. You ever get goosebumps when you're cold or scared? Yeah, that adorable little chill effect your skin does. Turns out, that's your body trying to make you look bigger. Picture this, you're a prehistoric human, chilling by the fire, when suddenly, a saber-toothed tiger shows up. You can't run, you can't fight, but you can puff yourself up like a disgruntled porcupine. Those tiny muscles under your skin contract, making your hair stand on end back when humans were fuzzier. This made you look larger and slightly more intimidating. Now you just look like someone who lost their jacket. Even when you listen to emotional music and get goosebumps, that's your ancient nervous system throwing on its battle mode switch because apparently, Adele's vocals triggered your primal fear of predators. Basically, your body still thinks it's an animal in the wild, and your Spotify playlist is a threat. Number 2, the startle reflex, your nervous system's overreaction button. Imagine you're peacefully scrolling your phone, then your friend sneaks up behind you and yells, "Boo!" Suddenly, your entire body spazzes out like you're being attacked by a grizzly bear. That, my friend, is your startle reflex. It's an ancient, hardwired program in your brain that flips the full panic switch if anything unexpected happens. Loud noise, sudden movement. Your nervous system assumes you're about to become lunch. Babies have this too. Ever notice how newborns flail their arms wildly if they hear a loud sound? That's called the Moro reflex, and it's basically evolution's way of saying, good luck holding on to your mom when the saber-tooth shows up. In modern life, the startle reflex mostly just makes you spill your coffee, flail awkwardly in public, or accidentally slap your friends. But hey, at least your ancestors survived long enough to pass that glitch on to you. Number 3, your brain's fear of the dark, the original horror movie. Ever been alone in the dark and suddenly convinced there's something watching you? Congratulations, your brain is running 200,000-year-old software designed to keep you alive by freaking you out. Back in the day, nighttime was when all the dangerous things came out to play predators, snakes, other humans with sharp sticks. So your brain developed a handy little paranoia upgrade. Low visibility, strange noises. Your brain fills in the blanks with the worst case scenario. It's definitely a murderer, or a bear, or a murderer-bear hybrid. The ironic part, that irrational fear of the dark helped your ancestors stay alert and avoid being eaten. Now it just makes you sprint to the bathroom at 3 a.m. like you're in a horror movie. Basically, your nervous system still thinks you're living in the jungle, even though you're just trying to get snacks in your apartment. Number 4, motion sickness, your brain's poison panic button. Let's talk about motion sickness, that lovely, nausea-inducing disaster your body throws when you're in a car, a boat, or even watching shaky cam footage of Bigfoot. Here's the creepy part. Motion sickness is literally your brain thinking you've been poisoned. See, your inner ear tells your brain, hey, we're moving, but your eyes locked on your phone or a book say, nope, everything's perfectly still. And your brain, it absolutely loses its mind. This sensory mismatch was super rare in prehistoric times. The only time your senses disagreed like this, probably when you ate something very bad like a sketchy berry that messed with your balance. So your brain, being the paranoid survival machine it is, assumes conflicting signals. We're poisoned. Better throw up now. Which is why your car ride turns into an existential crisis and your family boat trip becomes a queasy nightmare. Evolution's safety feature still ruining road trips since forever. Number 5, phantom limb sensations. Your brain refuses to let go. Here's one that's both fascinating and deeply unsettling. When someone loses a limb, their brain often still feels like it's there. This is called phantom limb sensation, and yes, it's as weird as it sounds. Your brain has a built-in map of your entire body. It's been fine-tuning this map for millions of years, so when you lose, say, an arm, your brain doesn't get the memo right away. Instead, it keeps sending signals to the missing limb like it's still there causing tingling, itching, or even pain in a part of your body that literally doesn't exist anymore. It's like your nervous system is in denial. Millions of years of evolutionary programming scream, we need all limbs operational for survival, and suddenly, one's gone. Your brain's response? Nah, I refuse to believe that. Creepy, absolutely, but it's also a weird testament to how stubborn and outdated your nervous system really is. Number 6, fight, flight, or freeze. Your brain's awkward survival menu. You've probably heard of fight or flight, but your brain, ever the overachiever, has a third, far more awkward option: freeze. Imagine you're face to face with a bear. Your nervous system evaluates the situation. Can you fight it? Nope. Can you run? Definitely nope. So just stand there like a terrified statue. Perfect. Freezing is your body's ancient way of trying to avoid detection. Think of deer freezing in headlights, same concept, but your brain applies it to social situations too. Ever completely blank out during a presentation? Freeze. Suddenly speechless when someone confronts you? Freeze. That's your ancient survival system kicking in. Unfortunately, bears are rare in conference rooms. Basically, evolution left you with a defense mechanism that's great for the jungle, but deeply unhelpful at staff meetings. Number 7, baby grabbing reflex. Your inner monkey is showing. If you've ever held a newborn and felt those tiny fingers grip your finger like they're auditioning for a rock climbing competition, congrats, you've witnessed one of evolution's cutest leftovers, the palmar grasp reflex. Babies, straight out of the womb, come pre-programmed with this ancient survival instinct. Their little hands automatically clamp onto anything that touches their palms. Why? Because thousands of years ago, babies literally had to hang on for dear life. Picture our primate ancestors' moms climbing through trees with babies clinging to their fur like tiny, judgmental koalas. If you couldn't hold on, well, let's just say gravity had some strong opinions. Nowadays, human babies don't have fur to grip, but that reflex is still baked into their nervous system. It's adorable, but also a weird reminder that your body still thinks it's swinging through the jungle, even if you're just holding your kid in a cozy suburban living room. Number 8, hiccups, a reptile glitch we never fixed. Let's talk about hiccups, those random, annoying muscle spasms that hijack your throat and make you sound like a malfunctioning car. Turns out, they're a leftover glitch from your amphibian ancestors. Way back, before we became fancy upright humans, our evolutionary ancestors were basically water creatures experimenting with breathing on land. Their primitive nervous systems had to juggle gills and lungs, not the most efficient setup. The theory goes, hiccups are a reflex from that messy transitional phase. Your diaphragm spasms, your vocal cords slam shut basically. Your body momentarily forgets how breathing works, thanks to leftover reptilian wiring. It's like your nervous system is running on prehistoric software. Breathing error, reboot system, hic, still glitchy. So next time you get the hiccups, just remember part of your body still thinks it's an awkward little amphibian trying to figure out this whole air thing. Number 9, goosebumps on your head, when fear gives you literal chills. You know that freaky feeling when the hair on the back of your neck stands up, like someone's watching you, or a ghost is about to whisper in your ear. Yeah, that's not just your imagination, that's your body's predator alert system, brought to you by evolution. Back when humans were low on the food chain, your body needed early warning signs of danger, subtle sounds, creepy vibes. Your nervous system kicked into hyper-awareness mode. Part of that response, goosebumps along your scalp and neck, making your hair stand up, which, if you had more fur, would make you look larger and more threatening. Today, you just look mildly freaked out at a horror movie or that weird creak in your house at night. But under the hood, your ancient nervous system still thinks you're about to be eaten. Evolution 1, your self-confidence 0. Number 10, sneezing at the sun. Your brain's wiring is confused. Let me ask you this, have you ever walked outside, looked up at the sun, and immediately sneezed your face off? Welcome to the wonderfully broken world of the photic sneeze reflex, where your brain basically short-circuits in broad daylight. About a third of humans have this weird little glitch. It works like this bright light hits your eyes, triggers your optic nerve, and instead of just adjusting your pupils like a normal brain, the signal takes a wrong turn and pokes the part of your brain responsible for sneezing. Result, you sneeze. Not because you're allergic, not because you're sick, but because your nervous system's electrical wiring is held together with evolutionary duct tape. Scientists think this mix-up is left over from when our senses weren't so well separated, back when we were still perfecting this whole upright, walking, thinking package. The nerves controlling your eyes and nose were basically tangled together like Christmas lights in a junk drawer. Long story short, you sneeze at the sun because your brain is running on hardware that still isn't debugged. Number 11, fear of spiders and snakes, your brain's ancient phobia pack. Hate spiders, freak out at snakes. Congratulations, you've unlocked the default human terror package, pre-installed by evolution. Studies show that even babies who've never had a bad encounter with a spider or snake show stress responses to pictures of them. It's like your brain comes with built-in nope settings for certain creepy crawlies. Why? Because for our ancient ancestors, spiders and snakes weren't TikTok content. They were venomous, potentially deadly threats hiding under leaves and rocks. The people who weren't creeped out by them, well, they didn't pass on their genes. Fast forward to modern times, and your brain still freaks out at harmless garden snakes and tiny house spiders because it's running on prehistoric paranoia. Basically, your mind is still stuck in caveman mode, convinced every daddy longlegs is out to assassinate you. Number 12, your body's addiction to salt. The desert survival glitch. Craving salty chips, can't stop shaking salt onto your fries like you're seasoning a small farm. That's not just your taste buds, that's ancient survival programming in action. Way back, salt wasn't a seasoning, it was a matter of life and death. Our ancestors didn't have 24/7 grocery stores. Finding salt in the wild was rare, but essential for muscle function, hydration, and basic survival. So evolution made your brain treat salt like edible gold. Craving it wasn't optional, it was mandatory to stay alive. Problem is, now we have entire grocery aisles dedicated to salty snacks, but your body, it still thinks you're foraging in the desert, desperate for electrolytes. So when you eat an entire bag of chips and immediately regret your life choices, blame evolution. Your biology still thinks you're a dehydrated caveman, not a modern human with high blood pressure. Number 13, cold water gasp reflex, your drowning prevention software. Ever jumped into cold water and instantly gasped like a dramatic movie extra? That's your cold water gasp reflex, a panic button installed by evolution, useful in prehistoric swamps, less useful at your cousin's pool party. When your body hits icy water, your nervous system freaks out and forces you to inhale theoretically to prepare your lungs for a deep dive. Great idea, unless your face is underwater, in which case, congratulations, you've just inhaled half the lake. This reflex comes from our aquatic evolutionary past, when our bodies were fine-tuned to survive sudden immersion. But in modern life, it mostly turns your casual beach trip into a cold, gasping mess. Fun fact, this reflex is so ingrained that even babies exhibit it. Dunk a newborn in water, please don't. But if you did, and their tiny body would instinctively hold its breath, evolutionary programming left over from the maybe we were semi-aquatic era. Moral of the story, your body's still convinced you're about to spearfish for dinner, even if you're just splashing around in a chlorinated pool. Number 14, eyebrow wiggling, your primate social signal. Raise your eyebrows at someone lately, flash them a little eyebrow. Wiggle. Congratulations, you've just used one of the oldest social tools in the animal kingdom. Humans, monkeys, and apes all use eyebrow movements to send signals. Surprise, curiosity, mild judgment, all delivered via subtle brow choreography. This leftover instinct dates back to our tree-dwelling ancestors, who couldn't exactly text their feelings. Instead, they relied on facial signals like eyebrow raises to convey trust, warning, or hey, that fruit looks sketchy. Modern humans still subconsciously use this. See a friend across the street, quick eyebrow, raise translation, hey, I see you, and I'm not a threat. It's low effort, ancient social software still running in your everyday interactions, proof that even your eyebrows are stuck in primal survival mode. Number 15, the lizard brain, your ancient panic center. Deep inside your skull is the amygdala, lovingly nicknamed your lizard brain. It's responsible for fear, aggression, and that fun little surge of anxiety you get before a job interview or when someone starts their email with, per my last message. This part of your brain evolved over 500 million years ago, back when survival meant reacting fast to danger, no time for logic or deep reflection. The amygdala's job, keep you alive. Unfortunately, it doesn't care whether the threat is a bear or a mildly passive-aggressive coworker. Same fear response, same spike of adrenaline. Basically, your lizard brain still thinks you're scurrying around the jungle, dodging predators, while your modern brain is just trying to order coffee without social anxiety. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.